Rosie, Exeter in the Cup this weekend, the determining round that is. Before we talk a little bit about that, I thought we'd talk a bit about last weekend's performance. I know you weren't here, but what was it like seeing the result and obviously catching up and chatting to the players following that?
It's a disappointing one. You want to go out all guns blazing, first game of the season, do as well as you can, prove a point. So to come off the pitch in the way the girls did, I'm sure they would have been disappointed. And then I spoke to the girls afterwards just to check in on how they felt, and there are ways that we can improve, which is good to know because at least we've got a starting point to work from. But it's the start of the season and we're going to have setbacks along the way. It's just about how we rebuild and set ourselves up for success in the future.
One way of rebuilding is going into the determining round this weekend. We've got the local team up the road, Exeter. Before we talk a little bit about that game, I thought we'd talk a bit about derbies. You're a player that's featured at a few, some centred around Argyle. What's it like being in derbies and being involved, and what's the atmosphere like?
I think there's a lot more of a psychological aspect to it. You want to play well in the game, but with a big crowd either cheering you on or from the opposition, it can sometimes affect where your head's at in the game. So we've just got to manage that, and I think it means more to us this season. Obviously we played them last season in the cup final, but we know a few of the players and we're going to want to make a good impression and do as well as we can in the cup.
You've also featured in last season's game where we unfortunately lost to Exeter. Is there an element of slight revenge going into this match?
Yeah, I think we've got to have it. We've got to go into every game like that. For our teams that we lost to last season, we've got to try and push for a win this season. And I'm also on the back of last week as well. We want to come back this week and prove that that was just a blip for us.
And looking at Exeter, obviously there's a few familiar faces in their team that have left us and gone to them this weekend. Are you looking forward to seeing them on the pitch again and, you know, maybe putting a couple of tackles in potentially?
Yeah, I mean, they're good girls, so I'm looking forward to seeing them again. I hope they're getting on well. But at the end of the day, I want to win, and I'm sure there will be a few tough tackles in there.
Well, all the best of luck this weekend, Rosie. Thanks for chatting to me.
Thanks.